inaugural Philippine edition of the Michelin Guide, Gallery by Chele, earned 2 recognitions, a 1 Michelin star and the Green Michelin star. Chef Chele González's restaurant earned the Michelin Green Star for its strong farm-to-table ethos and commitment to biodiversity, waste reduction, and community sourcing. These go on top of the 1 Michelin star Chef Chele had earned in his Cavite restaurant, Asador Alfonso. With us now for more for our segment People, Profit, Planet, Chef Chele González. Congratulations, Chef Chele, and welcome to the program. All right, so what has it been like since the Michelin recognition, Chef?
It has been a bomb. We have been featured in Asia 50 Best several years, also in Tatler in Best Chef Award. But Michelin obviously is the most international accolade. It has been really, I still cannot answer all of my message and social media recognition, no? So it has been very, very intense. I'm very, very happy for everybody in the industry. It has been very, very distinguished among many different restaurants around the country. So it's amazing.
It is indeed, and just honing in on your Michelin Green Star recognition, that makes it really unique. What are the core sustainable practices that you've integrated at Gallery by Chele? Make us understand and how you got to bring some mindful gastronomy into your cuisine.
So Gallery by Chele opened its doors in August 2013. And the first thing that we did is really give value to the local ingredients. Me as a foreign, and I think every chef should be curious, I land in a new country, everything it was new, from the street food, from a simple or humble, calamansi, that is one of my favorite ingredients. So I felt that to have a high level of fine dining restaurant, you don't need to import ingredients. At that time, actually, it was very difficult, and I lost a lot of customers because my focus was really to give a lot of, value to whatever it was surrounded. So we started to travel all around the country, from Mindanao to Ilocos to every single region of the beautiful Philippines, and I started to give value from, daily local ingredients to the Filipino herbs. So our garden is in the middle of the city. It's a urban garden, and everything that we will grow there is either Filipino medicinal herbs like gotucolas, pansitan, to Southeast Asia in general, because some of the herbs that we have here is also a part of Southeast Asian, herbs. So most of the things that we try to do is really highlight, the local produce. We work with farmers, we work with suppliers that, we try to get sustainable certification. So most of our dishes, or either come from the market and we follow strict guidelines in the size, if they are healthy or not in the ecosystem, and also, with others that they give us a certification that they are sustainable catch, by hook in a different areas where, the communities catch in the regulations of how it means to be healthy for the ocean.
It's amazing that you've traveled across the country and you've picked calamansi as your favorite ingredient, a local ingredient that is. You did say that the chef has to be curious and also collaborative. You have done a collaboration with the International Rice Research Institute, or IRI, to preserve heirloom rice varieties, and that's pretty unique. How do initiatives like this contribute to biodiversity and the cultural heritage in Philippine cuisine?
Well, again, it's a natural approach. I had to say that when we started at the 13 years ago, and we did something that I feel proud about, because we said that we redefine luxury through local ingredients, and I think that is an achievement that it blends, the philosophy of what we do today. Maybe right now we do it in a more fine dining format, where but I think this is spread, and I think what Michelin is recognized around the country is that it's a Filipino gastronomy revolution, and it's spreading around the world. And you can see the new generations, how proud are they to use Filipino ingredients and Filipino culinary gastronomy. And maybe we were one of the initiators on this, but right now it's really spreading. And we have Lina Man, who got also a young chef and also one Michelin star. So I think we need to see the big picture of what is happening, and how much changed in the last 13 years, the landscape, and how much is now Filipino chefs proud to use Filipino ingredients.
That big picture is also changing because of the diners and how you're educating the diners about sustainability through your tasting menus and the whole dining experience. So what would you bring forth then to the Filipino customer or to the customer who comes from overseas, who've heard of your restaurants and want to try the experience of what mindful gastronomy means and why it should matter?
Well, for me, it was a natural progression. I mean, it was not, putting the word sustainability. I used to come from restaurants who, we just work with farmers and people who is around us. So for me, it was just part of, I think a chef had the opportunity to bring values through the cooking that you do. And I think Gallery is all about that. It's a restaurant who is built for almost 14 years. And we take the opportunity to really not only cook delicious dishes, but to have a meaning on what we do. And it's something that we have been doing again for many, many years. As you mentioned, we have been working with IRRI, but we have been working with a lot of indigenous communities. One of the projects that we have pre-pandemic that we couldn't finalize, but right now I think this Green Star gives a lot of motivation to keep working hard. It was to work with some indigenous communities to also sometimes document that, and then or traditional recipes, and keep it that they don't get lost in the modern world, because even sometimes this is happening. People start to use all of these chemicals that you can buy in the supermarket to make a sour soup, where we lose sometimes the heritage. So something that we do aside of use local ingredients is really also to look in the heritage and to see and give value to things that sometimes are lost. So I think it's many different ways how you can give value to a better and more responsible way of cooking, and give value to things that sometimes in these days with the monoculture and many other things are getting lost.
Chef, what does value mean to you then for the customer who want to try your cuisine? Is it affordable? Is it reasonably priced? And for the farmers and communities you work with, are their margins any higher?
Well, I think the Philippines and our restaurant probably, for what we offer, is one of the cheapest countries in the world. If you go to any other countries in South Asia or in Europe, testing menu of what we are offering is probably double. So the only way, at these days, to really also keep, the prices up, affordable, is really, to use local ingredients, where, the fluctuation of the prices are a little bit less. I think, yes, it's difficult. In Gallery by Chele, we are more than 55 people working there. So imagine, we are sustaining more than 55 families. So I think it's a community effort to really, highlight all of this. Prices cannot be less. Actually, we are struggling to really try to don't put the prices too high, and to maintain 55 people, 3 sommeliers, beverage program, 4 R&D chefs who are different roles to highlight all of these sustainable practices. So it's a lot of work behind of what you put in the plate, and we try to keep it as low as we can, to be affordable. But believe me, it's not easy.
It's not easy, but you've got Calamity to back you up. Thank you so much for the insights. I much appreciate it. Congratulations, Chef Chele González, joining us.